Most people have a favorite level or area in a game, a place they look forward to every time they play it, and when it's over, you feel a bit sad. For me in Majora's Mask, this place is Milk Road. It's different than the rest of the game by a long shot, but most of it adds so much character and story development, and is one of the main reasons why this game holds such a special place in my heart. For starters, getting there takes a while, well, sort of. The road varies from term to field. However, there's this giant rock blocking the path to the ranch, which can either be slowly chiseled away by this guy by the third day, or you can blow it up with a powder keg. Coming here through the former method isn't even worth it though, which I'll explain later. But for now, get that powder keg and blow up that rock to pieces, or smoke, or dust, or whatever it blows up into. Behind it is Romani Ranch, very similar to Lon Lon Ranch, only bigger and with more to do. The biggest parallel between the two ranches is how Link obtains, or re-obtains in this case, Epona. Another parallel are the women. The ranch is home to two sisters, which are reskins of Malon, one being adult Malon, the other being kid Malon. The younger of the two, Romani, really likes Link, calling him Grasshopper, playing a horse archery minigame with him, and finally recruiting him for later that night. For you see, this ranch has a bit of an alien problem. Every year on the same night, they come and abduct livestock. This year though, Romani has decided to fight back, and Link, being the great guy he is, decides to come back at 2 AM that night to help. The older of the two sisters, Cremia, was my biggest crush when I was 12 or 13. She's mature, provides for her sister, is strong, beautiful, and has a kind heart. With plenty of time to burn before night, I'd recommend doing some side quests. The first of which is in the Cuckoo Shack, with this guy named Grog, who is basically me. He doesn't exactly care that the world is ending, just that his chickens won't live to adulthood. Honestly, I'd probably be in a similar circumstance. If the world was ending, I probably wouldn't care about my own death, just some game show, or not game show, game or show, or something that wouldn't come out, or my pets or something. Out of everyone in this game, Grog's wish is the easiest to grant though. You just use the Bremen's mask to march these chicks, which somehow turns them into chickens. Grog is so happy having his last wish fulfilled, he gives you the bunny hood, which is everyone's favorite mask ever, since wearing it increases your speed dramatically. Something else that can be done, which isn't a side quest because it's required, is the Gorman Racetrack, owned by the ranch sisters' business rivals, the Gorman brothers. Similar to Ocarina of Time, you race them in a horse race. Here, it's a good idea to be as close to the right side as possible to cut down on distance, and make sure you have at least one spare charge at all times to hop fences. There's not a whole lot of room for error, plus the entry fee for each try is 20 rupees. After completing it, Link gets the Garo's mask, which is needed to beat the game, but it's not required for a little bit, so feel free to come back later if you have some trouble right now. At 2 AM back at the ranch, Romani sneaks out of bed just in time for the aliens to arrive. The goal here is to fend them off until morning by shooting arrows at them to make sure they don't reach the barn. Don't ask how aliens can be shot down by regular frickin' arrows, talk about unthreatening. Even so, I think this is the second most adrenaline pumping segment of the whole game. I always get so nervous during this part. Sometimes the aliens are hard to see, or you miss with your bow a lot, yet things always turn out okay in the end. If they do get in the barn, Romani gets abducted and you have to start the whole quest from the beginning if you want to get all the masks. For just beating the game though, it's not required, so you could skip it if you want. At the break of dawn, they disintegrate in the sunlight like vampires, and to show Link her thanks, Romani gives him a bottle of milk. The real gift here is the chance to ride to town of Cremia later at night. Talk about exciting! Getting some alone time with a woman probably half a decade older than you sounds awesome. However, it's a whole day away, so in the meantime, this is a great opportunity to get the stone mask. In the start of the Akano region lies a soldier invisible to the naked eye. If you talk to him and give him a red potion, he gives you the stone mask in return. The stone mask isn't required, although get it anyway, because it makes a really hard segment so much easier. Now, on to my favorite few minutes of the whole story. At 6, Cremia leaves for Clocktown to deliver her milk, and Link rides with her. On the way, she has a good, honest conversation with Link, talking about how stressed she is. her father passing, a cattle being spooked, her friend getting married on the day after tomorrow, and most of all, her concerns about the moon. Her dialogue feels so natural, and this scene here is why she's probably one of my favorite Zelda characters. She's mature, she's been through a lot that I can sort of relate to. She's intelligent enough to realize that something's wrong with the moon, unlike so many other characters. But most of all, she's honest to Link, talking to him as she would an adult despite being a kid she just met. This heartfelt moment is rudely interrupted by the closing of the gate to Clocktown, forcing Cremia to reroute their travels with the property of the Gorman brothers. Here they ambush her wagon, trying to destroy her milk jugs. Yeah, not steal, just destroy. I guess they really hate her that much. Link again has to use his bow to fend off the intruders. It's easy to do, just spam the B button and aim near them and you should be fine. The Gorman brothers' durability is really something though. I mean, look at this. Look at how many arrows they've been impaled with, and yet they keep coming back for more. Wonder if they're related to Harry and Marv from Home Alone. I mean, seriously, every Toons or something. If you succeed in this mission, Cremia is really happy about finally getting some money from the milk sale, and she gives Link the Romani's mask, recognizing him as an adult now. What's even better is how after doing this whole mission a second time, while already having the Romani's mask, she instead gives Link a hug. Now there's a lot of sexual jokes about how lucky Link is, but this is probably one of the only signs of affection he's ever had. This must feel nice for him, finally being close to someone again after everything he's been through and after everything that's happened to him in his last adventure. Making it even sadder though when he has to play the Song of Time again. Even more depressing is what happens with these characters on the third day. Cremia knows that everyone's gonna die. He doesn't want Romani to find out though. To make sure she has no regrets, she lets Romani drink Chateau Romani, which is an alcoholic milk beverage, to make sure she doesn't realize what's going on. She also lets Romani sleep in her bed with her, so she can spend her last moments with her. This is dark on so many levels, especially the whole getting her sister drunk so she won't notice they're gonna die part. Imagine the pain Cremia is going through though, yet she makes sure her little sister's last moments are filled with joy. Unfortunately, with only 2 of the 4 giants rescued, nothing can be done to save them, leaving Link with no choice but to go back in time and try again.